Blaine Gray from Plastering for Beginners, and today I'm going to show you how to get the perfect finish on your wall. In today's video I'm going to show you how to get the perfect finish. We've got two steps. You've got the wet trowel and you've got the second step, which is the dry trowel. And this is the final stages of your plastering. It leaves a beautiful matte finish, and I'll show you the secret that I use to get the perfect finish on the wall. Right, let's not waste no more time. I've got two clips coming up and I'll show you exactly what to do, step by step. Good luck, thank you. Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to get one of the perfect finishes you can. I'm going to show you the step-by-step procedure, and I'm going to show you the exact steps to take on how to get the perfect finish on your walls. So there's two stages to this. This is the final two stages, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Don't worry, I'll move that hop up in a minute. It's literally there for 10 seconds, but it's right in your way. So basically, this part of this stage of plastering is called a wet trowel, and that's because I'm going to wet all the walls down. I've got a little sprayer here. I'm just putting nice mist on the walls. Nothing heavy. I'm not drenching the plaster. Just a nice little mist, and you'll see why in a minute. But basically, just give it a nice haze. I'm giving the top sections of the wall first, because that's what I'm going to focus on. So literally I've got a Rafina Superflex, that's what I'm going to be using to trowel off with. We don't need to use a trowel, but that's the trowel I've decided to use for the wet trowels. And for the wet trowel I also advise you use steel over plastic. I use plastic on the final trowel. I tend to like using steel for this part. And as you can see when I'm troweling, I've got a nice open trowel. The trowel's not too close to the wall, and I'm not taking any plaster off. If you're taking plaster off at this stage, then it's too early. You don't want any plaster coming off. You're literally just troweling it off and giving a nice finish at this point. All the work before has been done, as in laying in, flattening off. That's the previous steps. We're about 3 hours in, and the way you find out if it's the right time to do wet trowel is just gently touch the wall, and if it leaves any fingerprints or if it leaves a bit of moisture, you know it's too early. You want it to be pretty much dry. And obviously, like I said, when you're troweling with a wet trowel, you don't want to be taking any plaster off. If you do, it's too early. So I've done the top half. Again, I'm just giving it a nice light haze of water. As you can see in the reflection, it's not too much, but it's enough to lubricate the trowel as you're troweling across the wall. And yeah, again, just make sure all the wall is covered. What would happen if you find a dry patch, your trowel might get stuck, you might get a bit of suction, and you won't travel as smoothly as you would across the wall with your trowel. So now I'm going to show you a trick, and it's my best way to get results, and this is called a Crush Trowel. I'm going to show you now, but just give your trowel a little clean up again. And then basically, working left to right, take your trowel, go as high as you can, and just work across the wall, across in a horizontal motion. It's called a Crush Trowel because I tend to lay on, down, going up, so I lay on with upwards motions. It's called a Crush Trowel because I'm going against the motion of the way I've been plastering before. And this is the best way to get a flat wall, because you're scrutinising the wall and you make sure every angle is flat. As you can see, it leaves a nice matte finish, and this is the way I recommend to get a nice smooth matte finish on your walls. It's easy to do, and it doesn't leave anything behind. At this point, you want to be putting a lot of pressure on your trowel, just because the plaster's hard at this point. A lot of pressure, and I do recommend a flexible trowel, just because it gets over any contours and follows the wall smoothly. As you can see, again, nice open trowel. It's going to be hard at that level to do a cross trowel, so just work at the bottom and sweep in, do little sweeps and get the rest of the sections that you missed out. That's it. And again, this is about 3 hours in, so you're coming to the final stages of plastering, and this is how to get a good result. As you can see, I'll leave a little bit of water behind, and this is where the last section comes in. This was the penultimate trowel, the penultimate stage of plastering. Now, in the next clip, I'll show you the final part. It's not far from what we've done. Again, using my Rafina Superflex, give it a quick clean, and this is called a dry trowel. And that's because you literally trowel in dry. This is how you get the final finish. You literally put your trowel across the wall. Again, using a Crush Trowel. At the end, I clean off my trowel to make sure there's no scum, and just literally giving that last trowel over. This is nothing but to give it a nice matte finish. I mean, you can use plastic trowels by all means at this point. I've just stuck to using my Rafina Superflex just because it was easy at the time. And again, cross troweling, nice open trowel as well, as you can see. And every time I do a trowel, just put a bit of water, clean my blade, and start again. And at this point, it's about 15 minutes, 20 minutes after the wet trowel. So you've allowed the water to dry, not fully dry, but you've allowed it to take up. And now you're just literally getting rid of any residue left behind and just giving it that final push. Again, a lot of pressure at this point. That's where the flexible trowels come in, because it relieves any tension on your joints and makes it easy to use. There you go, there you've got it, your finished wall. Nice matte finish, not too shiny. Perfect for the painter to finish his job.